Thailand, also HKS student.
Oh, cool.
Thank you. Thank you so much for visiting us today and giving us a speech. Just a
Technical issue, that's fine.
No worries, no worries.
That's okay.
Thank you so much.
Happens.
Yes, just a quick question and also sharing my concerns about our countries, right? As we all know, we have been in a stagnant growth over the past 10 years, rising debt to GDP. I think I would like to hear from you on your perspectives on, for the future of Thailand, right? Apart from the demilitarization, decentralization, the demonopolization, what are the key target sectors that the future policy should address that could be the growth engine for Thailand, and how do we see we should implement that?
Okay, the second question, please. I'll take rounds of questions so that people can get to ask. How much time do we have for this room?
We have plenty of time.
Okay.
Hi, thank you so much for coming. My name's Satomi. I'm half Thai, also MPID, so HKS, as well as dual degree with HBS. One of the things that I think a lot of us who come to higher education here wish to go back to do is change the country, which you obviously have done, but it's obviously a very uphill battle. So what is your advice in terms of staying motivated? What is your advice for new grads in terms of how you should sequence, how you want to change the world? Do you go straight into it, or do you think of it as maybe the first 10 years building up the skill sets, then be effective? So more of a personal question for you.
Okay, gotcha. Number 3, please. I understand that it was Professor Said. Are you exercising your rights, or are you?
Thank you very much. So I'm Michael Hertzfeld. I'm the founding director of the Thai Studies program, now out to pasture, but very happy to see so many people here for this wonderful event, and to thank Kun Pita for really a remarkable of really important points in a very short speech. So I will try to be equally brief. It's often said that Thailand is a land of compromise. I have, in my own research work, have focused on the fact that you have a constant tension in Thailand between authoritarian and egalitarian impulses. The impulse for democracy has always been there, but so has the other thing. And the other thing is the elephant in the room in more ways than perhaps we want to enumerate. So is there a way forward that actually overcomes the invocation of that compromise, which has been used again and again and again to subvert the democratic process? Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I'll take all 3 questions first and answer, and then we'll do a second round. Is that cool with you? Oh, good. Yes. The first question was more about economic prosperity for the past 10 years, rising debt to GDP, and key target sectors. My short answer to you is we have to recognize problems and turn them into assets. If you focus only on our assets, tourism, export-led, and all those things, you could improve it, but then there's very limited amount of rooms for you to actually proceed, as well as the inequality side of it that I was telling you about. So how do we come about inclusive growth? Is turning our liability, national liability, poor water sanitation, lack of internet infrastructure, measuring the map of each land so that you give land justice to the indigenous people. All these things are pain points, if you are from the business school as well. These is like the pain points that we could turn into industries that Thailand could really master. And once you master it in one district, you could expand it through the entire region. And then you can do it nationally. And then you can do it throughout our neighboring countries in ASEAN. Imagine if you just turn tap water into drinking water. You need some measuring flows, and you need some IoT devices in order for you to check if the quality of the water is good, and provide that to the 76 districts all around Thailand. What kind of industry is that? It's like changing the environment. It's about giving people the public good that they deserve. EV bus, transportation in Bangkok, as Professor would know, is horrendous, and also the air pollution coming out of it. I was just speaking to another nominee of Time 100 Next, and all they said about Bangkok in Chiang Mai was about the pollution. But if we find a secret sauce that takes care of all these problems and turn them into potential, problem into potential, and that's how you create growth. And also, taking care of it in a commercial side, as well as, something that's good for the people as well. So that would be my answer. Second part, personal question. In 2 sentences, be bold, be ambitious. And I think really Thailand, the country and the world really needs a younger juice, a younger generation creativity of ideas that mix up and find new consensus in new normal. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I mean, the world has changed so much. When I was sitting in your seat and I'm standing here that 12 years, the new normal that comes from COVID crisis, from the pandemic, from decoupling, you name it. But the problem with this world is that we have old consensus in new normal. But so how do you create new consensus? Is that the younger generations have to speak up. We needed to speak up, otherwise it will be left to a certain generation that matters. But again, otherwise, the future that you probably have, or I for sure have about 40 years left if I'm live to an average life, and it's a large amount of future that matters to me and my child. So you have to be bold and be ambitious and really contribute as fast as possible. The right time is now. So, try it out as young as possible and try your best. And if you fail, you could always try again. So that would be my advice.